Hello class. I'm going to go over the typewriter example we did in class quickly today for those who weren't able to follow in class, either because you didn't have Blender up or got a little lost. This class is not about modeling, but having a basic understanding of how modeling works will be a great asset in this class and possibly throughout your career. So what we have here is a blank Blender screen. I've already deleted the default objects that come when you first start Blender. To get to where I am, right mouse on the cube, hit delete, right mouse on the camera, hit delete, and then right mouse on the light and hit delete as well. As a quick reminder, your middle mouse button allows you to rotate the view around the origin like I'm doing right now. The right mouse button will allow us to select. Okay, so we're going to start off our TIE Fighter by creating a cube. We decided we wanted to do a UV cube, and I have already my default 10 segments and 7 rings. The reason we do that is it gives us a nice quad here on the side that we can extrude to make the wing of the TIE Fighter. Okay, so let's start off with that. Let's make the connection between the central part of the TIE Fighter and the wing. In order to do that, we need to leave object mode and go into edit mode. As you remember, edit mode allows us to work directly with vertices, edges, and faces. I'm going to start by deselecting everything by hitting the A key. Okay. Now I'm going to switch to face mode, and then I'll right mouse on the face that I want to move to select it. Right now, my default tool is the transform tool, which will allow me to move this face in any direction I want. If I undo what I just did, we'll go back to where we started. I don't want to just move this face because, as you saw, when I pull it out, it stretches the whole sphere, which is not the look we want on a TIE Fighter. So instead, we're going to go over to Tools, and we're going to extrude this face. And I can use my mouse to pull it out as long or as far as I want. So I'll pull it out to where I want, left click, and there we go. If we look at it from the front, I have a TIE Fighter pod and the axis that connects to the wing. If we want to make the wing, we want to do another extrusion on this face, so let's extrude it. We just want to extrude it a tiny bit. Okay. If we don't extrude and we scale this quad up, the whole axis will become angled, which is not the look we want. So by adding these 4 extra edges, like we did with the extrusion, we get the look we're looking for. And this is a very common practice if you use extrusion as your base for modeling an object. We want to scale up this wing so that it's larger than the pod. So we go down here to the Scale Transformation tool. If we left-click in the center, we can scale all the axes at the same time. Let's do that. Take a look. For now, I think we're doing okay. If you need to scale in a specific direction, you can use the axis handles on this scale tool. As we mentioned in class, we need to add a vertex here and a vertex here, and as we pull those out, we'll get a hexagon instead of a quadrilateral. To do that, it helps to change my view. And there's 3 main hotkeys to change your view. If you hit 1 on the numeric keypad, you look down the the y-axis. 3 gets you looking down the x-axis, and 7 gets you looking down the z-axis. We want the first option, and we want to split or subdivide this edge, and then do the same thing over here. So I'm going to hit A to deselect everything. Go down to Edge mode and select the edge I want to split or subdivide. To subdivide, I select an edge. I go to Mesh, up to Edges, and then simply subdivide, which is there up at the top. Okay. You'll notice that one of these edges is white and one is orange, indicating there's 2 edges where there used to be 1. If I deselect everything by hitting A, go back to Vertex mode, you can see that there's a vertex that's been added there. That's exactly what I want. So what I'll do is go back to Vertex mode, right mouse on that vertex, change to transform, and pull it out along the x-axis. Okay, just like that. If I push 1 on my numeric keypad again, I go back to the view where I'm looking down the y-axis, and I want to split this edge. To do that, go to Edge Mode, right mouse on the edge, go Menu, Edges, then up to Subdivide. Once again, the change in color indicates that I have a vertex in the middle of that edge. Let's switch back to Vertex mode. I'll pull out and look at the back of the TIE Fighter, move my middle mouse button to zoom out, then pull out that edge. Excuse me. Right now we have 1, 2, 3 vertices selected. I'll deselect everything, right mouse on the vertex, then pull it out, and boom. We've got a TIE Fighter with a hexagon-looking wing. In class next time, we'll talk about how to make this wing symmetric so that it doesn't look funny like it does right now. A couple of tricks that will really help this process go smoother.